Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our question today is this: how prepare the strategy of pushing for institutional reform to address police abuse and misconduct rather than defunding the police. First, the government of the House come up with the three ideas for this debate. First is make deterrent effect for police, and the second unproportional equity funding, and the third institutional reform. There's something that diversity. First is the government of the House stated that make different deterrent effect for the police. But actually, even if institutional reform will make deterrent effect, but the funding also can make the deterrent effect. Why? Because in the funding, police will make police think twice for brutality action. Brutality action in here is really was axis on the road, and there is no so problem for the brutality action itself. So that's why the funding for the police it also make the think twice for brutality. Why? Because in the defunding will make policy become a fight because of there's something limited funding for them. Why funding is urgent? Because the funding will make an institutional system will make developing can developing. So that's why if we base something institutional reform for the police, there is no guarantee if the police cannot do never do the brutality action for the society because we know that institutional reform is just focused for the society, just focus for the one way, but the defunding also will make limited for the all of aspect in the police system. I will explain in my next argument. And then also it is the second speaker for the government of the House stated that the first speaker for the government of the House stated that it is unprofessional if we defunding, but the funding is professional, not unprofessional like the government of the House stated that, because of there's something wrong in the beginning, and it is also fair in the system and fair, and you know what, it is our responsibility, and they have responsibility for that. So the funding in here is really urgency for to make the police to be more in bahasa hati-hati for the action or the brutality action for the society. Even if the government of the House said that the security for the society was happening, but actually there is no guarantee the security in the United States especially is really stable for the society. Why? Because of the security in here, we know that the Black Lives Matter cases, we can see like the the police do something brutal action for the society in the United States. It is no humanist. It is like menyimpang for the rule in the police also. So that's why we need to defunding them. I will explain why we need to defunding. And also the government of the House said that institutional reform the diversity. But diversity is also its harm, because of, you know what, the prepared strategy of passing of institutional reform to address police abuse, the misconduct rather than defunding the police. It is like the institutional reform is the police to combine all of the race, like the black race and the Latin race and etc. You know what? Let's see, the black and the white races do something racism. We cannot guarantee the racism will happening again if we do the diversity. You know what, the diversity it's really hard to use it, because of black. We know that the black and the white people is still access using racism. And back to my argument. First is I'm agree with the government when the government at the House when the goal and the problem when they come up by the government. But I as a person at the House I'm not agree with the sole problem itself. Why? Because of, let's say a beneficial reform just focus for there than the funding. Let's compare the funding and the social reform. We know that the defunding is justifiable because of make deterrent effect, like I said before. Why does make deterrent effect? Because of the funding will make something limited for the police system, like the facility and the salary will push down or etc. So this will make something like a pride feelings for the police to do brutality. So, and also the PGA team and radical, it's okay because of a lot of people or society support that because of society will know what problem, what's wrong with their police. And why defunding is better? Because of it's better way for the society because of there's something allocation productive also. Why? Because of, for example, like education and then healthy product allocation. So this seems like the better way or the productive way or the kind way for to using defunding than the incendiary reform. You know what, the incendiary reform just focus for their or the benefit for their, but defunding is focus for is will make a beneficial for this all of people, all of the society. And we believe that to oppose criminal justice system or to address issue of brutality action, especially in institutions like in the police, is not enough. Only rely on the proportionality, but how to give deterrent effect to where the fatality, abusement, misconduct in clothing the police overs. You know that the status quo, Black Lives Matter especially, is something which is effective to urge police to pick the system inside of them, to also defunding by allocating or removing system budget for defunding the police and also allocation them to social service is better and more productive rather than we urge them to do insurance reform. And also the brutality will still happening even if you use the insurance reform because of there is no guarantee if the insurance reform will make change the better education in change the better situation in the United States because of you know what, the defunding it will make something like the fight for the police to do brutality action. So that's why the brutality more better than the defunding is more better than institutional reform because of defunding it will make something like limited for the police system, such as like facility will push down and then the salary will push down also and etc. So this will make something so problem for the what will happen with access on the road, such as like racism or the brutality action by society or the police. So this will make something like change the situation will more better than we use institutional reform. Why? First is because we cannot guarantee the institutional reform will make the better situation for in the United States, especially because of first the governors of the house will make diversity, and in the second will make the diversity, like I said before. But diversity is really hard for the United States, especially because of you combine all of race for this diversity, such as like black and white people. So this will make harm for these situations. So that's why the funding more better than this reform. Back to schools.